Okay, third time's the charm. Anyway, I'm back here on YouTube to talk about the Ricky Martin case. Yes, I've talked about one of those acts on AGT, the early release, but that's later. Anyway, I want to tune in here to talk about this case, which has made headlines around the world because Ricky Martin is a well-known Latin pop American singer. But I'm just gonna give you a summary of the facts, my opinions, and then combine them into a verdict in the end. So let's begin. Anyway, I'm just gonna read on the side here. And if you want to have more people talk about this, you can basically Google Ricky Martin and the Nephew, and then you have thousands of videos of people talking about this. Some are bad, some are good, some are make me more frustrated than others, and that's for the end. Anyway, I'm gonna read you an article from amarca.com, and this is on their lifestyle page of music. And the headline is Ricky Martin to jail? The Puerto Rican singer could face up to 50 years of domestic violence against his nephew. And with the aggravating factor incest, this is a crime that harshly condemned in his own country, which is Puerto Rico. And let's go and talk. Where did that page go? And damn, I just clicked away the page. Damn. Hold on. There is that page. Yes, I'm gonna do this. I just have to click them back so I can read them. There we have that. Anyway, let's talk about how they are talking about the incest law in Puerto Rico, because apparently, yes, I've seen videos out there, people still not believe that Puerto Rico is a part of the US. You are. I've seen those videos. They're kind of sad to see. Anyway, the thing is that the incest law throughout the United States territories and states are so different, because if you just gonna do this, the incest acts, I just can say here, Pennsylvania, which is a state in the US, they talk about marriage, cohabitation, sexual intercourse. Rhode Island, which is a state in the US, where did you go? And they are talking about the marriage. South Carolina, carnal intercourse. I cannot say what that is because my English is. South Dakota, mutual consensual sexual basically sex. So in the Puerto Rico, they are just basically talking about the sex, and the fact that since Puerto Rico is a state of the US, many states has a different way of judging this, and since Puerto Rico has a very strict view on this, the maximum sentence here is 50 years, which is a lot, because the thing is that this is the most confusing, because I can just read you again. Pennsylvania, the sentence there is up to 10 years. Rhode Island, none. South Carolina, 6 months to 5 years in prison with 500 minimum fine. That's not much. South Dakota, up to 15 years and 30,000 in fine. Tennessee, up to at least 15 years with 10,000 in fine. And let's see, Texas, up to 20 years. So I don't know why Puerto Rico has 50 years as almost a life sentence. But the thing is that I didn't know that Puerto Rico has also another kind of law to this, because if you're a minor, this is according to Wikipedia, 8 years if the party promoting the conduct is a minor who is not turned 18 if prosecuted as an adult. I've not seen anyone out to talk about this, so that if Ricky Martin was under 18 and younger, he could have been prosecuted up to 8 years. But it's fascinating that some states throughout the US has such a different perspective on this, from Rhode Island, who has none, to Puerto Rico has 50. I was like, Shouldn't those countries and territories have kind of the same law and same sentence? I don't know. Anyway, so he can maximum face up to 50 years in prison. And now I'm not gonna click away that article again. And let's go down. Oh, does that ad go away? And we all know that the whole thing began with the domestic violence restricting order in Puerto Rico by an unnamed victim in the beginning who was protecting under the law 54, but it was later revealed in the light by Ricky Martin's brother Eric Martin that he was the brother of Ricky Martin, that the complainant was the nephew Dennis Yaidil Sanchez. And here I have seen, this is where the first comes up. We don't know how they are related. I've seen so many comments out there that this is his nephew by blood and this is his nephew by his stepsister. Sounds like those are two different ways. How are they related? That's the first in this case. And according to the victim, which is apparently the nephew, Ricky Martin exercised physical and psychological attacks on him in the relationship they had for 7 months. That's the second 7 months is a long time, and this nephew is, what I've seen, 21. He's an adult. Now knowing the complainant is his own nephew, still we don't know how they are related. The penalty for this artist could be totally different, and the sentence that Ricky Martin can face, if it is proven that he is the author of the crime, is 50 years in prison. That is what the Puerto Rico law states when it comes to incest. Still, that's very different from many other states in the US, when Texas had said, was it max 20 years? And Rhode Island had none. And then Puerto Rico has 50. That's the difference. Anyway, and the spokesperson affirmed that the relationship, I can say this, between Ricky Martin and his own 21-year-old nephew ended a couple of months ago. And this is still for me. I think if you view this case different because the nephew is an adult. 21 is considered an adult. Yes, you're very maybe childish in mind, but you're still an adult on paper. And they end this kind of relationship a couple of months ago. He's still an adult. This media explains that the violence for which the artist accused occurred because he couldn't accept the separation, therefore began to call him insistently and try to persecute him. Basically, Ricky Martin becomes the ex according to his nephew. He became the ex that cannot handle the separation, that still haunts you and still calls you and tries to win you back. He became that ex, if this is true. And defense of Rick lawyers teams that both the singer and his team of lawyers are preparing the defense against the accusation of his nephew, and the trial begins on July 1st. That's tomorrow, and I find it very weird and unfair and strange. I've seen so many YouTube creators, I'm gonna call you out, who has basically kind of sentence him with just the title of the video for clickbait. I've seen those, and I have to say that if you're gonna name the video, don't name it as he's already been sentenced, that this was exposed. But I was like, we don't know the facts yet. We have the restraining order. I'm just gonna talk about the nephew part. The whole manager money thing, that's a fun other story, because I think you need to separate those two. Yes, people gonna say, but the ex-manager maybe hide dirty stuff from him, but I was like, but that's the other case. That's something else. But I still gonna say that the manager just wants the coins. They want the coins, and if Ricky Martin is own the ex-manager coins, that's that. Anyway, that the trial will begin tomorrow, July 21st. That day, Dennis Yaidel Sanchez will answer questions before the judge. Those handling Ricky Martin defense claim that the nephew has recently been denounced by a woman who denounced him for harassment after he threatened to destroy her life. That's a story I don't know, but that sounds wow. Anyway, the law firm said in the statement that, sorry, we are very confident that when the true facts come to light in this matter, our client Ricky Martin will be fully vindicated, and the allegations against Ricky Martin leading to a protection order are completely false. And yeah, I mean, I have to say, we don't know anything about this case. Yes, he can be fully guilty, he can fully be innocent, but to me it's still very odd that just basically the headlines. And the thing is that we're not going to talk about the definition of incest. So if you're very prune and don't want to hear this, skip my video and talk. You can watch another video, because I'm going to talk about the definition of incest here. I have to Google this up because, and this I didn't know this, but incest is an old Judicial term of blood shame, who talks about the sexual intercourse, sexual action between two people who are connected by blood related, and that they can be biological, close related, that a parent and a child, but even cousins. I was like, so basically even cousin comes under this, but it's weird. Like I said, here in Sweden, and then many other cultures, yes, many other cultures, it's very common to marry a cousin. But still, if you're gonna be very harsh on the term incest, that is incest also. So if you know someone who is marrying a cousin, you can just say that's incest. But studies show that the most typical version of incest is the relationship incest. The incest part is between a father and a daughter. That's the most common part. And then you have siblings and others, other sibling incest and all that. So that's a whole bunch of other stories. And that's the whole case. Yes, this video is gonna be long. This video is gonna be long. But the thing is that why I have very high problems to maybe believe the 21-year-old nephew here is that we have a restraining order and his words. But to me, I was like, where's the receipts? I mean, to me, if we want to take down Ricky Martin, I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen when the trial starts, and I don't know how the trials are gonna end. I don't know if it's gonna be proven guilty or innocent or not. But when this case came out, I was like, where's the receipts from the nephew? I mean, yes, people have, dug up all Ricky Martin's skeletons from now and way back to he was a kid. They have dug all the skeletons from his past, and excuse me, many people have a past. People have maybe a worse past or a light past, but still, many people have dug up all the skeletons in his closet. But I'm just gonna focus on this. I mean, to me, if the nephew would come out and be more believable to me, I need the receipts. I mean, to me personally, I need the receipts, because without photos, text messages, calling, phone records, emails, all the other stuff as receipts, to me, so far, without even the trial has started, this is to me, is he doing this for the money? That is how I view the case so far, without seeing the evidence that proves this relationship, because we have not seen any evidence of this relationship. Many people, I mean, Ricky Martin has millions of fans on Instagram. He has millions of fans worldwide. I have not seen not one have commented has seen everything, I guess, on his Instagram social media about this one, because 7 months is almost 210 days of this allegedly so far relationship, and it will be weird that under this 210 days no one has noticed anything until now, when this restraining order case come up. And to me, no, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna blame the victim here, but to me, also, I talked to someone who I've been talking to a lot on Skype. I think I know this person for years, and we talked about society and stuff, and he's more very more educational, wider in his knowledge. I have my spots of stuff I know. He knows a lot. And I talked to him about this case, and I said that if Ricky Martin is proven guilty by the Puerto Rico law, to me it would make more sense that the nephew who is 21 is gonna be sentenced as well, maybe to a smaller sentence, because 7 months is not one night, 7 months is not 1 week, 7 months is not just a one night stand. It's a long time for a relationship. So it feels odd that, yes, this is the weird part. If Ricky Martin is guilty, I'm gonna say ew, but to me it's still, this is a relationship between two people who lasted almost 7 months. If this relationship was weird, but if the relationship was real. But to me it's odd to see people out there judging him. But I guess they do that because he's gay, he's famous and all that, and we're just gonna jump to the conclusion that he's guilty. And yeah, he said that if this case was here in Sweden, both of them would be charged. But I guess that's the case with Puerto Rico law. I don't know how this is gonna be judged. But to me, the most, where's the word? To me, it would make more sense that both of them were sentenced if this trial goes down and someone is sentenced. To me, both of them should be. And also, so anyway, we don't know anything how this case will turn out. The trial has not even begun. People are already making claims that he's guilty, and people are disgusted, and but the thing is that we don't even know. We just have the restraining order and the basic facts about what this nephew said, and then Ricky Martin said he's innocent. We don't know much else than this, but people are jumping to the conclusion that he's guilty. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about what I call the evil side of humanity. Because I remember this case came out, and I was scrolling through Instagram and looking, and I saw the headlines, and I was like, what? And then I was reading the comments, and I tell you, when I read those comments, I was horrified, because some of those comments were so evil and so homophobic. I cringed when I read the comments. As a gay man, when I read the comments, I was so offended how people talked about the LGBTQ community. I wanted to show you a screenshot of someone's comment. I responded to that one, and that basically said that if his kids were raised by straight people, they wouldn't be exposed and nothing of this would happen. And I was like, wait a second, you're just gonna say this BS? I mean, to me, I think what's the sad part of this case, particularly since Ricky Martin is an open gay man with a loving husband who is very handsome, and then he has kids, this has given the homophobic part of the US and the world such a big fuel to say the part that all the gay men, all the LGBT community are monsters. And I was so offended, and then I saw someone, I'm not gonna name you because you're irrelevant to me, I don't know who you are, but there was someone who did, if Ricky Martin was my uncle and then he's gonna heal on me, and then they make a video, and he was playing two parts, he was playing himself, and he was playing his uncle. I was like, girl, this is so offensive, because you're basically saying that all the gay men out there are doing this, and I was like, this is so offensive to someone who has been in a relationship for the last 15 years. I know, my sister have 3 kids, and I mean, yeah, the oldest one who's 15, you are at the age you want to hang out with your friends, but the other 2 siblings to him, who's 13 and 11, they love me. When I come out over there, we play games, we hang out, we talk, and if I sleep over with my parents, they want to sleep, if I sleep in my old boy room, they want to spend the night at the grandma and grandpa's house because I'm there. And I have a great relationship with my nieces and nephews. And people are making claims that all the gay men do this to the nephews and nieces. I was so offended about this. This is what I call the evil side of humanity. This is horrible. And yes, I'm gonna jibbly jabbly about this for all the time. Still, we don't know about this. This case has really shown the evil side of humanity to me with this one, and like I said, I'm gonna give you the summary. We have the restraining order, we have the allegation, we have the maybe relationship, we have the two who is involved. Ricky Martin is his nephew, but we still don't know how they're related because there are so many rumors about how they are related, and we have the public who has been disgusted by these claims that could be a lie. It could be all made up. But the thing is that Ricky Martin's name, he will be always been associated with this case, and his name will always be tarnished. But if he's guilty or not, his name will always be destroyed by this claim. And there are still going to be people out there who are going to say, well, he's guilty anyway. He was proven innocent, but still guilty to me. Almost like his career is basically done. Anyway, this is an interesting case to talk about. I've been thinking about this video for days, and I talked to my friend Carl on Skype about this case, and I said I want to do a video about this after we talked about, basically the parts of the whole case, and I said I want to do a video about this, and now I did, and I wouldn't express my opinion, and I find, yes, also, many videos out there are so BS. I mean, I'm just gonna name one, that the 10 most red flags that was proven by Ricky Martin that would have us concerned, and I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. One of them was the music, maybe his possibility of stolen music. I was like, girl, you know that many people in the music industry steal from other people. You know that, right? So don't wave the red flag on Ricky Martin for that. And also, they were like, oh, he likes golden showers. I was like, you know that that's a sexual fetish that is very well known by people out there who likes it. I don't, but I know people who do, and I don't judge. And with what did Samantha Jones said in Sex and the City, she's a trisexual. She'd try anything once. So I don't think you should have those flags waving at Rick Martin that he maybe stole some music from other because other people do, and that he has a sexual fetish because other people do. So wave those flags to you, girl, because I can judge you too. Anyway, I want to express my opinion about this and the public opinion about him and my opinion about the evil humanity out there who has been showing the true homophobic faces with this case, and we still don't know how this will turn out. Anyway, we shall see. Bye.